Okay, I got my reminder phone call from the Social Security office that I got a phone appointment tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Um, so another thing I wanted to talk about was, damn, that phone call just made me slip. It made me forget. Beautiful creek. Yes, it's a beautiful creek. Oh, come here. Uh, I love the fact that Uber now has allowed drivers to select whether or not, they just want to pick up, women passengers. This has nothing to do with discrimination. What it has to do is, the safety of women. We can sit up here and debate till we're blue in the face that, a woman preferring to have a woman driver or a driver preferring to only pick up women passengers is sex discrimination all day long. But, like they said, a dead man tells no tales, and neither does a dead woman. Okay? So, and it doesn't matter, the statistics doesn't matter, right? Because even if there's one woman who gets killed because some man ordered an Uber and decided, he was mad at the world and wants to take it out on this woman, which men definitely has, a chronic history of taking out their anger on women, mainly because they figure, that's a battle, that they can win. Right? Come on. To be fair, if they was looking for a challenge, they would take their anger out on another man. But that's not what they want. Right? They want to punish somebody, weaker than them. Somebody that they know that they can beat. And that it would not be a fair fight. If you know you can beat somebody, it's not a fair fight. And I knew this growing up, right? Because, I usually was bigger, taller, stronger than most people, growing up. Okay? Look. Right? Yeah, it's 190 pounds. But this ain't no 190 pound worth of fluff. Right? This is not Michelin kid over here. Okay? Even at 64. Look. Right? Even at 60, strong enough to hold down working at Amazon for 4 years. And working at Amazon ain't no joke. It's not. Right? Not just the politics, because the men just hate the fact that women can come in there and do the same work that they do while, because, they was out here flexing and flaunting and stuff, right? Acting like, they was America's essential workers. And here I come, grandma. Oh, here I come, grandma, I was never trying to get into the, the fastest, which, I believe if my shift was only like 3 hours, 4 hours, yeah, I was competing. I was, right? When my first 30 days at Amazon, and I was a seasonal worker, right? I was competing. Come on. I was competing. I was. And I was beating a lot of people. I couldn't help myself. Like, as soon as I got the hang of how to do it, then I tried to figure out the most efficient way to do it, right? And what they hate about me is once I figured out the most efficient way to do it, I made it look easy, right? That's the one thing that my daughter used to tell me, my oldest one. She was like, Mom, you made hard shit look easy. I'm like, yeah. I don't like them to see me sweat. I don't like them to see me sweating. So I got to make it look easy. Got to make it look easy. Look at her. Oh gosh. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to take a picture of her. And she's just developing. She just morphing into something else. Look at her. Look. Come on, let's go this way. So yeah. I don't know how it's going to be. Like I said, the COPD, when I don't take that medication, I immediately, can feel the congestion, accumulating in my lungs. So I don't think, I know it's been like a good 2 weeks that I've been taking this medication. I've been feeling so much better. Okay. I don't feel confident enough to actually, you know, try to do full-on workouts, you know, just because a couple of times trying to work out had triggered an asthmatic attack. It's weird. It's weird. It's something that I just don't even understand. It's like, how is it that everything seems like it's perfect, right? Perfect conditions to work out, to get stronger. And yet, working out actually triggered an attack, an asthmatic attack. Okay, so I looked it up, and that medication averages about 300. And I'm telling you, my guardian angel told me to go to Sam's and get that prescription at Sam's and make them do a price check. And they did. But even the medication costing me $150. $150 was more than I had to spend on just medication, right? I had vaccinations to get, right? I had dog food to buy, okay? And electricity, oh my God, right? Electricity had been eating our ass all summer because it was hot. Come on. Whoop. Yeah, the electricity was just hot. So, thankfully I got Snoopy here. Snoopy will remind me, look, we're old, we need to go slow, and we don't need to go for very long. Because this one, I'm going to have to try to start teaching her how to run on the treadmill. I put her on there a couple of times, but I was holding her. And I have seen where some pit bulls was put on the treadmill so they can get their exercise on. She hasn't really started to look muscular like a regular pit bull yet, except in her face. Okay. Her face is a little bit more boxy with a strong jawline coming through. Not quite, but it's coming through. Like a pity. Yeah, pity. So that's one of the things that I might try out next week, since there are so many people monopolizing the the food delivery. Come on. Come on. There's maybe sometime either next week or next month, when I clean out the back seat, I can, clean out the car enough to actually pick up passengers. But, my vehicle is small. And I tried to see if, you could just say that you wanted to do like a passenger pickup. You're like, no. You have to do like a minimum of 3 or else you can't play. And I'm like, okay. So you have to have at least, up to, 3 passengers. So that's another thing that I have a problem with. I mean, it's cool to think of it in terms of the passenger, needing to, split the cost, 3 ways in order to get the ride. Okay? But this isn't something that they inform the Uber driver of, except to say it's an Uber X. That's all. So, I don't know. And then also, I'm hoping that, it's been clear and verified that just because, you prefer to have a female driver, that none of her passengers can be males. Right? Because we know a lot of these women get dominated by these men, and they don't have their own free will anymore, and they're under the command of these men's, right? And they doing the dirty work for these men's. They doing these men's dirty work. Girl, if you don't stop, let's go. Right? So, yeah, we're gonna have to get her one of them body harnesses. And she ran off there, and the way she got halted. I mean, she's a pit bull, and she gonna have a strong neck, but I could be an unmovable force. Real. Hold on. Okay, we back in the car. Yep. We back in the car.